30 photos of.
Oh yeah, that's not a real photo.
Yeah.
No, that might be a real photo.
Is it?
Yeah, that might be real, dude.
Something like that.
Look at this guy.
Look at this guy.
So,
That's
hey,
a
put it
man.
on the screen.
Okay.
That's
The
a man.
number, yeah. Look at this guy right here. You think he's depressed? This guy's living his life, bro.
My father left at a young age, and I feel like you didn't properly acknowledge it last episode.
Welcome back to Solafide Podcast.
That's just how we do things around here. We move on from serious subjects, I guess.
All right, guys. We were not graced with Sean Fenner for this podcast as a producer, but we have Lance in the studio with us.
Lancelot!
What's up?
Yeah.
Let's get it. You don't see me. I got a face for radio, so.
Yeah, he's got a face for radio, which means he's a beautiful man that nobody could see.
Beautiful, beautiful man.
Yeah. So what's up, man?
I
How are
mean,
you?
I would like to go back to the earlier topic of my father leaving. I just feel like you never properly
Right.
consoled me. As
So
a
I went to
friend.
Chick-fil-A on a Sunday for the first time. I'm
You know
just
what
kidding.
reminds me of Chick-fil-A, bro? When my dad left when I was 9. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
What's up? I had a dad bod the last podcast. I got to make sure I'm
That's
not.
what was getting me depressed is his dad bod. It started making me think of my dad. My dad's actually really ripped, but like, I was like, man, remember that one time he sold drugs and went to jail?
Yeah, actually, you want to talk about that? Because you've never really mentioned that anywhere.
Because every time I do, you change the subject, man. We've been friends for how long now? Since 2016, and
2016, yep.
you haven't ever, just asked me like, hey, Emilio, how's your relationship with your father?
Well, go ahead and start.
It's cool now. It's cool.
It's cool now?
Yeah, it's cool now.
So waffle fries at Chick-fil-A. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just not, I mean, I was not actually trying to talk about it, but long story short, my dad growing up was a drug dealer, got arrested, learned his ways and got out. And, we built a friendship and a relationship since then. I mean, you were there whenever at our honest release party.
He was out for 2 days?
Dude,
A
my
day?
dad, so my dad got out of jail. He was supposed to be in for 27 years and he ended up doing 12. And so we literally picked him up from Atwater prison camp and drove
I've
him.
been to Atwater.
Really?
Yeah, for marketing for a job. I
Yeah,
had.
it's like 40 minutes from where I live. And so we drove him. So my address is, no, I was kidding. But we drove him to Fresno. And then, so Fresno's about an hour and a half from me. And 2 days later was the honest release party. And he literally made it just in time to see like me perform and rap for the first time. He didn't even know I rapped or nothing like that.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy.
He didn't even know you, really.
No.
Like, he went from knowing you as a kid to knowing
Right.
you as like an adult.
And then also a believer. It was
Because when I met you, you weren't even an adult yet, I don't think.
Yeah, 2016. I was 19.
Were you?
Yeah, just looked like a baby.
Yeah, baby-faced Emilio
Mhm.
with curly. He had an afro. Emilio had an afro.
Dude, I know. Oh, that's when I was growing the hair out then.
Mm-hmm.
That was like 2018. So I knew you for a little bit with a faux hawk. Like your hair. I kind of had your hair. But like, what is that?
That's how I met AJ. That's how I met AJ.
What is that?
I'm thirsty, bro.
You made me rip off the whole thing and you just
Oh.
have a whole brand and a gallon of water. Is that why you laughed when I was like, do you have a water?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I got a water. How did you meet AJ?
How did I meet AJ?
Lancelot.
I just strolled into church one day and
You could bring that mic up to you, too.
okay, yeah, how about now?
Oh.
Ooh, I like that. What
Just
am I
need a sensual seduction. I'm just kidding.
Sensual seduction. Sorry, go ahead.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So we met.
No.
AJ,
When we officially met was when the Army of David album came out from the youth group. So our youth group had its own album.
Wait, like you had like a little youth group of rappers?
We had a youth group with a pastor that was a rapper and
Oh, that's
brought
right.
on like Mission and Clay and a bunch of people that were around the youth group as youth leaders.
Was Elijah
Lance-
there?
Elijah was drumming for the church at the time. So
Okay.
so Elijah started out as a drummer.
Our friend Elijah Jerome.
And his brother was the rapper. And then Elijah Duran's brother stopped rapping, I think. And then Elijah kept rapping after he learned, or he's probably always rapped, but he
Yeah.
got more serious with it when he was in high school.
And that's always helped him with his cadences and stuff like that. He's always
Dude,
on top.
he's, yeah. His brother he gasses too. So, I mean, he
yeah.
featured.
Tay. Yo, we
That's-
Lost Tapes Project.
So, yeah,
I forgot about Rise and Shine.
I did it. It's on my computer. I pulled it up yesterday.
I have it on my old computer.
Oh,
We have all the files though.
I have all the files.
Oh, it's getting done. It's getting done.
So
I should have came yesterday.
we'll have a small little hint at this, but we
Mhm.
had an idea. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Go
I'm
ahead.
kind of open about it. So, if you were here last episode, we talked about my 2020 and 2021. You were busy having your baby and stuff, and so like we went from like me, I was in control of my music, 2019, dropping Honest, and then me and you started working together.
Right.
We dropped a project together, and then like 2021, it was just kind of like you were busy, I was busy, but yet we had all these unfinished projects. Like we started songs that had really good potential, and then we'd go ghost. And by the time we get back to it, we're on another project. That's kind of why 2021, not a lot of things dropped, but we were talking about it.
Well, 2021, we're also like heavy in a pandemic, and it was like
Right.
weird to
It was a weird time.
weird time. It's
Weird
like,
time.
I was
Can
living
we-
under a rock. I was living under a rock.
yeah, it's like can we go see people? I don't know.
Right, exactly. That's like when I was meeting Natalie. That's how it was. It was weird. It was like
Yeah,
because I didn't want to like overstep, but I was like, I'd rather die.
I'm not gonna lie. Me and you were like, yeah, let's go over,
Yeah,
record some music.
yeah.
You just stay at my house a
I
week.
mean, we grinded though, low key 2020. But yeah, it was just a weird time though, right? And so like I feel like there's so much music that has potential that's just in the vault. And
Mhm.
so what if we just like every now and then, don't get me wrong, my year is completely booked up, but who cares? Like what if we get a project, like do a project every now and then? It's what you were saying is like a couple of mixtapes or something of just like songs that never are gonna see the light of day. Call them like the lost tapes or something like that.
Yeah, so it's basically everything that Emilio hasn't released. We're gonna put into
There was a whole album concept that we Daily Bread. There was
Daily
a whole
Bread.
album
So
concept that we didn't finish.
some of the stuff that you'll probably hear come out will say Daily Bread and hint towards like an album related topic. But what we're probably gonna do is consider like doing like a archives or lost tapes,
Yeah.
something type of mini EPs, like three song EPs.
like an Andy Mineo work in progress.
Yes,
without the podcast.
yes, and
Yeah.
well, I mean, we could throw this in there right
Low-key,
now.
yeah, low-key.
This will be the interlude to each song, but we'll do
Sexual seduction. Sorry.
yeah.
You gotta do it right.
Yeah.
You gotta do it right. Delivery. It's all about delivery.
Sensual. Is it sexual or sensual? I don't
could
know.
be either.
Sensual seduction.
Sexual?
right?
Sensual.
Sensual.
It's
It is
sensual this whole
sensual.
time.
Sensual
Yeah, get your mind out
Get
of
your
the
mind
gutter.
Gutter boy.
Yeah, it's sensual seduction.
There's no way that it's sexual
Wait,
seduction.
Okay, you know what? The clean version is sensual. I
It's
think-
actually sexual.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
thank
think
you.
it-
I was about to
Sexual.
explode.
Just kidding.
Anyways, let's drop a project.
Yeah, so we're considering doing like a lost tapes, a archives type of EP, maybe dropping a few of them.
Yeah.
'Cause
Because like
they're-
we don't know how many we're gonna get done. It's more so just like let's see if what this would be like if it's finished.
They're almost considered like SoundCloud drops, but they're not SoundCloud. They're going out for
Because
everybody.
nobody goes on SoundCloud nowadays. Like
No,
it's not
nobody.
worth it. Yeah. At that
Who does
point,
that?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Couldn't hurt either. I think it's pretty dope. Like we were so convinced Daily Bread was gonna drop that our project Villain ends with literally you playing an officer and you're like, he's getting off on Daily Bread Boulevard.
Can we play that?
Oh yeah, play that.
Can you go to Spotify?
Spotify.
It's in the middle right there at the bottom.
Oh, let's see what speaking of fire, let's see what fire is on right now as well.
Yeah, go ahead and go to the wide angle lens.
So I believe
to
Fire
3.
broke the record for the most streams I've ever gotten in a week.
Go just type in Emilio Sarabia at the top left.
Top left.
So it's like EMI, that guy right there. Third
Oh.
one. You just click it
Go back.
right there.
No, third.
Third. Yeah, I'm La Noche. That's your brother's band.
La Noche Oscura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. So Fire got 6,558. Nice.
In like a week?
In a week.
In a week.
In a
Let's
week.
go.
Let's go. That's a record for me. But go down to
You could show this if you want to put it on
discography.
the screen. Yeah. Yep.
so go down to discography. It passed Hispanic.
2-finger scroll.
2-finger scroll.
So like this. Down the pad.
Down pad.
like this, yeah, like
Like you're petting a cat.
Come on, baby.
I would normally put it on my Millie the Villy playlist. I gotta add it there.
Are you able to go like this on the pad?
The pad.
No, yeah.
On
the mouse pad. Oh, you could do that too.
Yeah, that works too.
Come on, baby.
PC users.
There we go.
So go to albums.
Album.
Right there, villain.
Okay, yeah, click villain, and then the songs.
Look at that artwork,
I
bro.
know,
I
bro.
like that.
Is it Cancel Jesus or Millie the Villy? We did that on Cancel Jesus.
Cancel Jesus.
The dope title.
Go ahead. And
So
go
the
for it.
very last one.
That one?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can play it.
Okay.
We might be turned down in the mixer. So go to the mixer. I think it's on 4. Right? Can we hear it?
That's a 3.5 minute song. That has to be the longest song I've dropped.
Hold on 1 second.
Anyways, guys, this is what a podcast would look like if it was just me, myself, and I. This year was pretty dope, man. I got to drop a song with 1K Few as my first song for the week. You know what? Why don't I just announce my next song? So my next song is going to be with Christopher Sincere. The name is called Lord Will It. It's coming out February 3rd, 2022. Because we're going to just keep dropping all year. And this is kind of a song for me that like really is about my heart posture where I'm at now. My thought is to maybe potentially drop a project called Lord Will It with a question mark. And then drop the song would be called Lord Will It with a question mark. That's going to be the song with Christopher. And then maybe have like a little EP together, like Lord Will It, period. And what that refers to is like me asking God, like, Lord, will this happen? I'm 25 now. I'm currently unemployed, been unemployed for about a week. And so things have just radically shifted for me. And yet my focus is still 100% on music. I just can't get that out of me. So when people ask me like, yo, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, I'm podcasting, making music and stuff like that. They don't see the view. They don't see the vision. So it's kind of like this song is kind of like me telling God, like, Lord, the Lord wills it. And also I'm asking, I'm like, Lord, will it? I think it's a really dope track. Christopher sent a dope verse. And so, yeah, song coming out February 3rd, 2022. We have now announced it 2 episodes in a row. We've announced the song. Lord Will It.
I was not paying attention at all.
Give me a handshake, man. I'm waiting.
Oh. We're so far.
I know, dude.
Oh, yeah, wewill do the whole podcast like this. I'm just kidding.
No explanation.
Just, wait, let me see. So Lord Will It will.
Lord Will It. Lord Will It's coming out soon.
Yeah.
Is that serious?
Should have wore the sweatshirt.
Yeah.
You're a father.
You should have wore the sweatshirt for that.
my
He's
gosh.
right. Yeah, Emilio put on the sweatshirt that had a rainbow going across it. I was
No,
like, bro, you cannot wear that for the podcast.
No, I did not. It was a pony.
Yeah.
So we ready to fire off?
Yeah,
let's
go
do it.
ahead.
Fire off.
And then go ahead and, screen.
Then I turn the page, see him get the same for the same name. People
So this song's about people trying to cancel Christianity.
Go to the screen. Yeah.
That's the keynote. Jesus died for you and I, so we can play the hero while we point
I
the
mixed
finger
this,
different when we
Lance.
hide behind a keyboard. You sold your
Yep.
soul for less than
I
you
think he
can't
did this whole
even
project,
play a
yeah.
C note. First things first, I'm guilty. Been a proven fact that the world's so filthy, but they want to act that they got a high road. Tell them take a hike, they incline to high road.
Shout out
Don't
Sumner
play games
Murray,
to the blaze
producer.
road. We all got sin that we keep in close. Yeah, we got stones in a heap to throw. Whose glass house do we need to stone? Yo, everyone's an activist. Tell the
Rap
actors
it.
check, stop
Piling
piling
in.
in.
They've
get
been
paid in
like views and pens.
They
I-
won't change like my
oh.
views and pen.
But we know the mind within. I'm convinced. Love will win if we forgive and
Cancel sin.
not the men. Can't cancel them. I got on Pro Tools. I chose to do this myself, not to brag on my name. I got some really big help. But what you think I did this for? Lived it and did it for. The moment the industry stored it, I could record it by hitting record. Report it. All right, here's AJ.
Set it on fire. Let's go.
Right here. Daily Bread Boulevard. This outro's like a minute.
Still slaps, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You freestyle. Hey, blast off, blast off, blast off, blast off, blast off, blast
The
off.
cops started rapping.
Man, that would have been hard.
Yeah, you can kill it right here. I'm trying to hear the rest.
No, hold on. Play it one more time. Real quick. This is my favorite part. They call me Officer Bernard. I go hard on the boulevard. All right.
Oh, yeah.
You lost it right there. That was fun.
Project finished.
Project finished.
That was a fun time, dude.
Yeah, man.
Untreated room. I mean, my room was somewhat treated, but
Yeah.
it wasn't as treated as it is now.
Dude, I hadn't tried to rap Cancel Jesus because I don't think I've ever had a chance. I haven't had a show long enough for me to perform it.
Go ahead and kill the audio
out Gio.
for the computer.
I haven't had a chance to like perform Cancel Jesus because I would do that in a setting of like I have 5 songs and I can like tell a story with my set. But like lately, like all my sets have been like in and out sets. So I get on, get the job done, and dip out.
Yeah.
But I would like to perform that. I didn't even realize when you're like rap it. It took me a minute to like find
Cancel
it.
Jesus is pretty interesting, man. It's a
Yeah.
it's a really good song. I like the beginning of the second verse. Do you remember how it goes? It's multi-layered vocals. I know that.
Yeah, it's the one where it's like play that real quick.
Can you
Go
go
to like 2 minutes.
go back to Cancel Jesus, hit play.
At 2 minutes.
Probably like 1 minute.
Something I know it has to do with Paul. I just can't remember
And
how
turn
I
up the
came
fader
in.
again.
Yeah, you could just start it and then
I think you might have
explain
muted it on there. There's like a little headphone.
So go to like a minute.
Yeah, turn
20.
it up on Spotify because I think it's
Cancel Christianity.
dude. This you sound like your brother right there.
I do. All it is my voice tweaked up.
Immediately, people came after the name of Jesus, saying that.
Denounce the name Jesus.
And what ended up happening was people didn't
Oh,
denounce Jesus.
second chances.
Jesus
Can you hit it?
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
word of God.
I love this part, dude.
I serve a God,
They
yeah.
killed
Jesus
Go like
died.
yes.
He rose again.
I serve a God of second chances. Look back to Paul and his advancements, scripting Christians because of the name. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Then I turn the page, see him flip the same for the same name. People swear they never claim for the same name that he served lives. For the same name that he saved lives. Cancel culture's prideful. Read your Bible, that's the keynote. Jesus died for you and I, so we can't play the hero. Why we point the finger different when we hide behind the keyboard? You sold your soul for less than you can't even play a C note. You wrote that.
First things first, I'm
Yeah.
guilty.
Been a proven fact that the world's so filthy, but we wanna act like we got a high note. Tell them take a hike, they incline to high roads. I don't play games, tell the lays the road. Yeah, I don't remember it.
You can kill
We got
it.
stones in the
That's as much as I remember.
That's how
But
we
yeah,
need the stone.
I remember I wanted to start that verse with a strong statement. And so I
Dude,
was
it's
like,
powerful.
like I thought about the life of Paul when they started talking about cancel culture, and I'm like, yo, like if we really know the story of Paul and like who he was, a murderer of us believers, like, and Jesus used him to write half the New Testament.
Right.
I was like, hold on, I serve a God of second chances. Look back to Paul and his advancements, murdering Christians because of the name.
Guilty, guilty, guilty. Yeah.
Then I turned the page, see him get the same for the same name people swore he never claimed. Because like he ended up essentially
That's a hard bar, dude.
dying. Dude, that was all Jesus right there. Like it was just like I don't know. Sometimes you read the word and it just like you compare it to culture and it just kind of makes things obvious. Like,
yeah.
especially we're serving a forgiving God. There shouldn't be something that's like you are too far gone and I can never like forgive you.
Yeah, that's powerful, man.
You know what I think is dope though is that Jesus didn't have a New Testament.
Mm.
Jesus-
Wow.
Oh yeah, no, he used the word. Yeah,
Yeah.
the word's the word.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah.
Wow. I never thought of it like
Yeah.
that.
He didn't have a book of Acts.
Yeah.
He was the New Testament.
It
Yeah.
was the New Testament. Yeah.
And he would quote the Old Testament too. So like his word was still the word is the word. Period.
What is it? Matthew 28:30 or something like that. That's the Great Commission or something.
I'm not sure what the
It's
Great Commission
it's at the
verse is.
very end of Matthew. I know that.
Yeah.
And it's just it's like one of the last things that he put out there that was just like, take this and go. And then from
Yeah.
there, because Matthew is the first book of the New Testament,
Right.
and then from there, everything else was after that.
Yeah.
And that's all the Great Commission right there. If you really think about
That's
it,
really
then.
crazy. When you read Acts from that like viewpoint, it's really trippy to think. Like I remember the first time I actually understood what Acts was. I was like in high school and I was reading the New Testament for the first time, and I got to that point and I was like, wait a minute, like this is the first church. This is the first time people are operating how we operate today. Like people are out there spreading the gospel. They're just literally, and they even are using the word of God as well. You get to see Peter become a gangster. You get to see like all these disciples who used to be students. Because I never noticed this until really watching the show Chosen, where like the student,
I have not got on that
you
yet.
got to get on it, bro. It's crazy. Because the first thing you'll notice is that the disciples, when they were with Jesus, like in my head, they always were like the disciples. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, they were
right.
with Jesus, the disciples. But like when they were with God, when they were with Jesus, they were students. They were messing up. They weren't doing anything right, and they were fumbling the bag. But they were students to what Jesus was doing.
Isn't that like all of us though? Like
That's what it made me realize was like,
the
God
disciples
was
weren't.
no, yeah,
They weren't. You
Right.
know. They,
No,
I mean, they
literally.
were. They were. I wouldn't say the inner circle, but they were in the midst of
right,
everything.
apostles, yeah.
And it's just like, man, like they were screwing up, messing up, and learning and
Big
all
time.
that too. And that's probably one of the biggest lessons we
But then
can
you
take
get
from
to
that.
see, because like in Acts is when the Holy Spirit comes down onto for the first time. Like, because at the time the disciples had Jesus, right? Then when
Yeah.
he died, that's when the day of Pentecost happens, and and then God gives the Holy Spirit down to I believe 5,000 people. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Right? But during that time, that's when you get to see how the Holy Spirit gets to move, and how you get to see these disciples start to like do things like Jesus was doing through the power of the Holy Spirit, which is crazy because it's like, yo, that's how we move. Like,
Mm.
so you get it, like it really convicted my heart to become a student to the word and become a student in everything that I do. Kind of like why I'm restarting in music and I'm just becoming a student. When I talk to you, I try to have as little input as possible
Yeah.
because I want to learn.
You have come from like, this is what I want to do, this is how it's going to be done, and how it has to be, to like, tell me what needs to be changed.
Yeah.
and which is huge because like I was the same way with video and doing like graphics and stuff at first. Do you remember Sonny Natad? One
Yes, I do.
Nation.
Yeah, the artist.
So I went to him one time and I was like, bro, I could do graphics. I could do this. He's like, yeah, that's cool, man. And then he did some stuff for me.
Yeah.
He goes, I got to be honest with you. He goes, you should come a little lighter next time. Like, he goes, he's like, I'm just trying to like make sure you're doing the right thing, but maybe ask for some help next time on some other things. And then I could put in a lot of input. He's like, because I've been doing this for years. And then he gave me a lot of information about graphics and about like always use vectors instead of like just doing JPEGs or anything, because then you could blow it up. And he gave me a lot of input like earlier on when I first started doing graphics.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm gonna shut up now for the first time. I'm gonna shut up and like
That's crazy.
So I took that mindset into audio engineering, into video when I was running with Vince, doing audio like out there, like, you know, he would take me on the road with him and we'd go do like victory outreach. I'm like, why are you doing that way? Why is this hooked up? Like, back on the old analog boards, you used to run aux channels as like your compressors and stuff. So you would like side chain it at the same time. And then that was like how you could also do like effect channels. Like you would throw in like aux 3 would be like a delay. And so when somebody's singing, it's like, yeah, you know, and it'd be like, I learned all that from him. Same mindset goes into like mixing and mastering and stuff. It's like, now I know what it should sound like because I've dealt with it live, and now I throw things through aux channels on the mixer inside of like Logic or Pro Tools or anything. It's like now I use those as like side chains instead of just throwing the delay on a vocal. Like who does that? You know, I would have if I wouldn't have learned.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I was saying was like it's crazy whenever you decide to like be a student to the Word of God, things change. Like I just told God, like, I want to be, because I got saved and I was zealous, right? So, like, I was running around, like, trying to be a teacher before I was a student. And, like, God held me back and told me, like, yo, you need to get discipled at, like, the age of 20. I'm 25 now.
You need to be a young grasshopper.
Yeah, right. Basically, because, like, I got saved at 12. I was radical, preaching to kids at my school. First, I got made fun of. Then they got baptized with me. I had a group of brothers. So I was kind of leading them. Yeah. But I had no right to be in a place of leadership or like have a community. I really was an equal with them. And like what I had to do is after high school, I took a step back. I joined a church, joined ministry, and kind of just got discipled and learned to like be a student to everything that I'm doing. Like after that discipleship process was like, oh, yeah, no, because the more you live life, you realize, wow, I really don't know what the heck like is going on, or like I really don't have as much information as I think I do. You get humbled quick. At least God humbled me tremendously in all different areas. I mean, look, I'm 25 not making music, and it's barely starting. The needle's barely moving, but I feel like that's the way that it had to be because of my humility. And I didn't even know that that's what I needed, but like it's what I needed.
Whatever people's thoughts are on ministry, whatever. But for the most part, I've been a part of like really good churches that have a good structure and order.
Right.
And it's really amazing when a pastor like tells somebody like, no, you need to first like calm down. We'll do things one step at a time.
Yeah.
Don't want to burn yourself out quick. Those are the pastors I really respect when because like our pastor is just freaking fire when he's like, he won't give you too much to handle. You know what I mean? Like if he asks you to do something or, you know, you need something done, he's not going to give you too much to handle, or he'll at least walk side by side with you while you're doing it.
Right.
So that's what I really respect with ministry is for the most part, they have a really good structure of like, you know, no, there is somebody above this person and that person above them is not talking down to them. Like they're not too big to where.
At least they should be that way. Yeah.
They're not too big to where nobody's beneath them.
Right.
You know, like nothing is beneath them.
Right.
Because
like even pastors have elders. Right?
I got to give it to Pastor Damien. One day I walked into the bathroom and he was freaking unclogging a toilet in there. And I'm like,
that's dope.
Dude, I was like, you need help or what's going on?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's dope.
And it's not from him. He clearly walked in and somebody said that there was a mess in the bathroom, but he was in there unclogging it. I should specify that.
Yeah, maybe specify that a little bit.
Yeah.
Just in there ruining toilets.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, though.
Heck yeah, dude.
Definition of servanthood.
It's so key. I mean, even just like spending my time with Miles, like that time of just like literally going to his shows to fold his t-shirts and record videos that he asked.
Learning to be an artist.
Yeah, I mean, I just got to learn. I got to look at I just pay attention, you know, like seeing different ways that people approach the stage as well. Like, because Miles has his own unique way that is Miles, right? But that's not the end all be all way as well. Because I've seen other people get up on stage and just garner attention from just rapping, right? Like just their words feel powerful, and you feel it because you look at them and you're like, I believe that you believe what you're saying. And then like someone like Miles is like real good at like getting the audience to contribute and to like get them hype. And then I've seen somebody like Bizzle. Like Bizzle, you wouldn't think that his energy is typically very low, but somehow he pulls it off, like with some kind of swagger that it
He
makes
was
you
the
like,
chillest CHH artist I've ever met when I met Bizzle.
uh-huh.
And he's just like, hey, bro, what's
Hey,
up?
bro, hey, what's good? Oh,
what's
that's what's
going on?
up.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then he
I
gets
remember I
on
was
stage,
so geeked. Yeah.
you know, like just
I was
starts
so-
gassing on stage.
I was
and
so
I'm like,
geeked when I met Bizzle for the first time.
yeah.
I was like 16, and I was like, he was my dude. Like I got saved, and the rappers that I knew were, I mean, eventually I knew like RPSMG, but for the first 2 years, it was Lecrae, Bizzle. Like,
Yeah.
those two. And so Andy K didn't come until like 2012. But when I met Bizzle, I was so hype. I had just dropped my first mixtape, Genesis, and like I had to get on a little CD, which I don't know who had CDs at the time, but I literally printed out like I printed out like 100 CDs, and I had one of them, and I went up to Bizzle, and I was like all excited, and he was just like, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, God bless you." And I was like, "Dude, I
Yeah.
love you." And he's like, "Oh, God bless you, bro." Yeah. And I was like,
So that was my reaction. I was like low key, like, how should I say this? I was low key like disappointed at first with how
"Me
low
too,
energy he
me
was.
too."
But then I was super like after understanding who he is, I was just like,
Right? He's a chill
oh, I
dude.
heck of respect that. He's just
Yeah, he's
chill,
just
you know, like
chill.
he's a regular dude.
I remember I was like, I forgot I made up some corny pun, but like I said something that led to like, here's my mixtape. I'm not even, I wish I could remember it, but I remember it just was bad. And I was like that type of dude, like whenever I would hit on a girl when I was single, I would like come up with like corny, stupid things. And so like I was that type of dude to just like
If I guess
come up with a punch.
like if I guess the first 3 digits of your phone number, will you give me the rest?
Not that bad. No, not that bad. But the what, 209? Just like
Yeah.
whatever the area code. Stupid.
Yeah,
But
no,
I
the
gave
like
him-
trashy pickup lines.
Oh my God.
What's the worst pickup line you have?
the worst pickup line?
Come on.
I don't have bad pickup lines, bro.
You want to know mine?
I just got game. Just got swagger.
You want to know? Oh, I have pickup lines just
kidding.
as jokes.
Just
But
kidding. No, I
wanna
don't.
know
Go ahead,
mine?
go.
do you know that 99% of the time every relationship starts with a hand on the shoulder? No, just kidding.
Yeah, I don't really have any like I don't know. I'd have to come up with them on the spot. Like I feel
Yeah.
like I have to feel the vibe
It's
out.
gotta be genuine.
It's
Yeah.
gotta be genuine.
Because
yeah.
otherwise, you just end up saying like the same old thing, like "oh, running through my mind," stuff like that.
Hey, from out of town.
You tired? Yeah. No, but
Do you have a pickup line?
Dude, I got too many. But
Say one.
right, give us one.
one. Okay. Okay, hold on. Now you put me on the spot, but I'm ready. Hold on. Dang, I had it too.
that's how I felt. I felt like I blinked right when he asked me.
Yeah, hold on. I got it. It's can I follow you? No? My mom always told me to follow my dreams.
Oh,
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good
Or
one.
like, did it hurt?
When you fell from heaven.
When you fell from that ugly tree and hit all the branches on the way down?
Stupid.
But
No, but go ahead. What happened?
that was my go-to.
Yeah?
Can I follow you? Yeah.
Dang.
And then following became a thing.
Yeah,
remember, like,
following
It
became...
became a thing.
Well, it was become a fan of first. You remember that on Facebook?
Man, yeah.
I think the only time I
Friend
tried
on
like
MySpace?
a pickup line,
MySpace.
I had you on MySpace.
Dude, really?
Yeah,
That's how
you were
long
on my... You and Joey were on my top 8 or whatever.
Wow, you made the top 8, bro.
Dude, that's
Mm-hmm.
especially for
That's
MySpace.
dope. Yeah,
that's what's up.
I had MySpace
Yeah.
for a little bit.
All HTML custom. I had the dummy, like little Mac Dre in the
Had my little
background.
girlfriends at number 1.
I had Tupac.
I used I used
got
to Tupac.
Tupac?
Really?
Yeah, Tupac.
Rest in peace.
You know who made it off MySpace Music?
No.
Kid Cudi.
Really, that long ago?
Wow.
He got discovered through MySpace Music from Kanye.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
He's fire though.
Oh yeah, Kid Cudi's fire.
Because he had all his like dope production stuff, and he
I like MySpace better than Facebook back in the day. Like when they first changed to Facebook, it took me like 4 years to like want to change.
Farmville is what got me like really
Oh,
into
you were
it.
a Farmville dude?
Yeah, dude, I had a farm. I
What
still,
about you?
I gotta go feed my cows.
I was
Oh
on
my
MySpace.
gosh.
Yeah, MySpace was it. Because then I had all the, what do you call that? When you get the coding for your
HTML.
background. Yeah, HTML, all that, dude. I used to love that.
No, but what I was gonna say was
Just a heads up, if you don't go up to the mic, it has a gate on there, so it's like waving in and
cutting
out.
it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what I was gonna say is, I was thinking about the pickup lines, and I did actually do one. It was very corny, but like, I went to Mountain Mike's, and like I thought the girl that was working was cute,
Yeah.
and so I remembered I was like, oh, excuse me, can you help me with this real quick? I'm having trouble with my phone. It's not working. And then I handed her my phone, and it was just the contact information. And then she put it in, and then we talked for like a week, and then she ghosted me.
All right. So now we know how you got your girl. Just
No.
kidding.
I was like, that was when I was single, and I was like, I had like a 3-year period of waiting
Yeah,
after
you're
high
like
school.
Christian mingle.
And then I started like dating girls for like a week or one date. And then the minute I found out they weren't good for me, I'd dip. But I always tried. And eventually at Buffalo Wild Wings, like people would leave me their numbers all the time. And I was like, what am I doing that's making this happen? Because I mean, it didn't happen often. I was just like, it happened every now and then.
You would also freestyle to all the.
Oh yeah, that
customers
came
would
later
come
too.
in.
That was fun. But,
So this dude is bold enough to like be like their waiter. Like, hey, can I rap?
well,
for you?
okay, I'll explain that right now after the girl thing. No, but like what I was doing was like when I was single, I knew I wasn't trying to date anybody that wasn't believing in Jesus and stuff like that. However, when I would get these numbers, I would try and like use deductive reasoning because that wouldn't happen often. Like it would just happen every now and then. I'm like, how did I
Right.
get this number? I noticed 99.9% of the times it was when I'd give eye contact extra long. And I didn't do it on purpose. It's just like I'm a friendly dude, I'm talking. So then I would do
just like this.
So then this is bad, but I would do it on purpose and then get the number. And I was like, okay, I think I have game now. I didn't actually have game, but I just kind of figured out little ways to make like subtle moves to make them bold enough to give me their number.
What was that book? Wasn't there a book called The Game?
I believe so.
I mean, I don't actually have game. I just got to either be in the pocket or
It's
not
so
at the end of the day.
it's such a terrible way to get girls because it's like,
Hey, man.
no, it's like be crappy to the girl you like and hit on their friend and stuff.
Oh, my gosh. Like
There's a
one of those-
whole book on
like
it.
one of those bad boy movies.
Like early 2000s, everybody was on that book. Everybody in college I know had that book in the early 2000s.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
It's like, what's up, ugly? Hey, beautiful. Talking to her friend.
Yeah. And she's like,
Catcalls,
"Oh." Yeah. That was before TikTok stars and all
Oh,
that.
my gosh. But yeah, my manager made me. He was a close friend of mine. I actually have a photo of him. The other day, I FaceTimed him. I hadn't talked
Was
to him
your
in like a year.
screensaver?
No, I didn't talk to him in a year, and I FaceTimed him, and he had on that Honest shirt that we had at the. Remember the one that we all had at the Honest release party?
Yeah.
He was wearing it, and he was just wearing it out in life. Like he supports me that much that he was just
Well,
wearing
I
it.
mean, he hasn't updated his wardrobe.
No, I got
just
him a
kidding.
new one. I got him a new one.
Yeah.
But actually, I don't know if I did. I'll give him a saved and serious one, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna do a fire content.
That's
or
cool,
fire
though.
merch too. But it's, you guess you get what I'm saying though. He's supportive,
Yeah.
and so he's also like a talkative. Like he reminds me of Deion Sanders, the football player. He's really like he's got game.
I don't know who that is, but he
As
will.
the Briton would say,
Major game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Major game.
As
See,
the
you could talk
as they-
football with Lance.
as the English would say, he has the chat. Have you ever heard someone say that? He got the chat. Yeah. So like he's really like smooth with it. And so like when girls would come in, he was the manager, so he would grab me and throw me at these like tables. Or if somebody came in like young teenagers, he would grab me and throw them at the table. And then right when I'm taking their order, he would come behind me and be like, yo, Emilio raps. You gotta hear him rap. And so like meanwhile I'm writing like all my new music, I would just like pick the newest verse that I had out and just rap it.
That's dope, dude.
It was one time I did it on the microphone for like the Buffalo Wild Wings, the Blazing Wings. You know how they bring it out and they're like, they have the whole like siren going and
And you
someone's
spit
dying.
fire?
Yeah, literally. He's like-
track?
that's what.
No,
No,
just
that'd be
kidding.
tight though.
I don't want catchy. I just want
Yeah, he's like, hey yo, we got a rapper in the house, Emilio, spit fire while they eat fire, and threw me the microphone, and I was like, and I was better at freestyling back then, so I was able to like kind
Yeah.
of catch it, but
It's a
it was a
tricky
fun job, but it was a horrible job also.
it's a tricky art to be in, like the freestyle art, because you
Yeah.
have to constantly do it.
You have to. If you like right now, if I were to try to freestyle, I
Which-
would night
which,
and day from like
speaking
how I
of,
used to.
Emilio just did the 18 challenge,
I did.
Let's go.
18.
and now we're waiting on Lance to do his.
Game recognized game. I've been OG.
Oh.
Submitted better than the MOB.
Okay. Did you actually write to it?
No, I
didn't write
Are you gonna?
messaged him. I was like, bro, you better write to
I
this.
did my Evernote, but nothing happened. I was like,
Come
I
on.
wrote a few bars, but I didn't finish it.
The verse felt a lot longer than like it seemed. Like when I was writing, I was like, oh, I'm about done. And then I listened to it and I'm like, oh, I got 8 more
Still
bars.
More bars, yeah.
Oh.
Lance is a
it's
very, very talented dude. He could do it.
Yeah, you should do it. I can already tell you got presence.
Yeah.
Like, just by the way you did that line.
Yeah, it was like, OB,
I'm still
oh
OG.
snap.
But for me though, that's why I was a DJ though, because I can do it for like a quick minute and then
Uh-huh.
back to the artist.
No, bro, you
Yeah.
should try it. That'd be tight.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm the same way though. Like it's weird enough for me to be on a podcast, but I like playing behind the scenes a lot.
Yeah.
Like I like helping people get to the next level. Like that's my heart.
I like both. I like rapping and like being on stage, but I also love the feeling of like having information and being able to help people.
Mhm.
Like whenever I'm around like someone like ZD or X Zach, like just having information from like all these different shows that I've been to or having spiritual information. I love being around brothers and being able to add value and then nobody know nothing about it.
That's what's up.
Like I've had phone calls with like, different artists that are pretty big and literally like just praying and crying on the phone together and edifying each other. And then I love that just nobody knows because I know that's before God. And so there's something about that too that I like playing the background, but then I like to go on tangents.
I
and
don't
just-
want catchy. I just love
Yeah,
it.
and I like to rap. I'm outgoing enough to rap in front of my table at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I also just have a heart.
That's what you
heart to
should
serve.
put as God. God won't trust you with this before you did this.
That's a good idea. I have the
Because-
videos. I have the videos.
Yeah, I know you do.
That's a
That
good
you're
idea.
smart because you saved all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I also just was on Snapchat too much. that's
Yeah.
that's the truth.
Snapchat.
I was one of those guys that I will snap all the time.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
That's
Mhm.
how I was like, you know what? I'm gonna work with Emilio because he would do it was like gang.
Oh, yeah,
So yeah, that's what you would do.
squat.
Squat.
I would come up with like stupid
Well, I remember you saying, "Oh, guys, it's bold outside. You guys feel like it's bold
Yeah,
outside?"
bro. I had stupid segments on my Snapchat that like only if you actually followed my Snapchat you would have a clue of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would just be like, if you just watched it by itself one time, you're like, what is this kid doing?
So what I would do is leave a long story, but at the very end, I would leave something for my like
Something super deep.
my people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My-
If you made it
yeah,
this far.
Yeah.
My friend, one of my homegirls I used to work with, she her thing was to go out and eat burritos and then take a video of the burrito and like all the way around, and then she would take her hand and she'd go slap the burrito, and then she'd put it right at the end of the snap,
Burrito slap.
thick.
Thick. Oh my gosh. That's what I do miss. Because since like Instagram took over Snapchat, you don't have that vibe.
Yeah, I feel like I don't see any of my friends
Nah.
on any of the social medias.
No.
They're all the algorithms now is like, here's somebody you don't know, here's somebody you don't know, here's some, which I respect from a marketing point of view,
Right.
because it's like,
But
okay,
Snapchat
maybe
was so personal.
maybe my videos are getting out there, which they clearly are,
Right,
but
right.
maybe my videos are getting out there, but yeah, I want to see who I follow.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I had a bigger sense of community back when Snapchat was like I knew, oh, that's my friend here, that's my friend from high school, that's my friend from work, and you got to see them have their own little segments, like
yeah.
little like the burrito slap, like you knew what she was doing, and it's
I
just
should send this to her.
it's
'cause
entertaining.
so funny.
it's entertaining when I would watch somebody's story and it was just them. You know,
Yeah.
you get to feel like their vibe, and every now and then people had inside jokes that were with their Snapchat community. You don't get that on Instagram, even though like Instagram made Snapchat like basically doesn't matter anymore. No one's
Mhm.
on it, but Instagram does not give you that feel because it's so public.
What's up with all these pluses on apps? Like
Oh yeah, huh?
Snapchat Plus,
Paramount Plus,
Paramount. Well,
OnlyFans
I like,
Plus. I'm just kidding.
yeah, like who pays more than $5.99 on OnlyFans? I'm just
That's
kidding.
how I know you love me. That's how I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it's real.
Yeah,
40,
I
40
subscribe-
extra cents.
I just gotta admit right now, I subscribe to Lance's OnlyFans. I'm just kidding. I'm
I
just
do have
joking.
on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's just DJ pics.
It's OnlyFriends.
What it is, it's his hands. It's only friends.
Yeah.
It's just his hands on records.
It's not feet pics. It's just hand pics on like.
on records.
Yeah.
On different records. Every now and then the pinky's painted.
Which
heard.
Zoolander is big again. I don't know why, but remember the hand model
Hand
from
model?
there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Really?
He goes. Psh.
It's an actual
He goes.
thing.
Oh my god, I know who you are. He looked at his hand. He goes, "Yeah,
Bro,
I'm the
that's
hand
great.
model from 1986 or something."
That's great.
Yeah. There's a new Zoolander.
I think I don't
That's
know.
why it
I think
became
there
big
was.
again.
I don't know if there's a new one this year, but I know there was one recent, fairly recently. I don't know how
Okay,
recent
and then
this
and
year.
then it became big again because I seen people talking about it like on social media. It's like Zoolander, oh, funny old movie, and it's like all these kids had no idea it even existed.
That's what's crazy is when I hear that I'm hanging out with people that are like Zach is born in like 2004 or something. Like
I mean, you're pretty young too, though.
I know, but I mean, like everybody like for the most part of my life has always been like I hang
90s?
out 94, 96. Like you're 94, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so like that.
Come in with
89.
87.
98, 87.
Dang, you're almost Johnny's age, like my brother.
Yeah, 87.
Dang, I see.
I know I just met Lance,
Johnny-
but I'm getting defensive for him. Stop trying to call my bro old, man.
We're twins.
He's
though.
a young man.
Watch twins, bros.
We
Oh.
actually are.
Yeah.
We wore the same watch today.
All right, cue up.
And we missed our first two chocolats. Not lying.
cue up Silento.
That was my bad, bro.
No, don't pull it up. On TikTok, cue up Silento.
I'll TikTok.
Watch me.
Oh, Trayvon, I
me,
still have
watch
your
me.
watch, bro. And if you don't come get it in a week, I'm gonna sell it.
Trayvon.
Yeah, Trayvon left his Apple Watch last month and hasn't hung out with me since.
Yeah,
He's the guy who produced 25.
you're working on something with another artist right now, right?
Um,
Did you announce that earlier?
I mean, a lot of artists. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What I announced earlier. Yes. I thought, why not? It's technically coming
yeah.
out in 2 weeks. Do you know who Christopher Sincere is?
Yes. Is that the song you're working on right now?
It's done.
Okay, I'm talking about K to the
Okay.
K to
Oh,
the.
that's next month. It was supposed to
Are
be.
you talking about it at all?
I mean, yeah, I don't care. Sure.
All right, well, just talk about it. Like,
So Cam recently, my friend Cam, he's a rapper. I had him do some of the promo for 1K Few. I let him hear the song first, and I'm like, give your honest reaction. And at the end of that video, he was like, dude, this song's so fire. When you gonna drop our joint though? So he technically already kind of announced that we have a record together, but I'm cool to say it here. In March, me and Cam are gonna be dropping a song. I'm still working on the title here, but I think I'm gonna go with Salt and Light, but I'm not sure.
it's called something light.
Salt and Light.
I thought you
Salt
said something
and
light.
Light.
I thought you were saying I'm gonna go with something light, like not a big title. You know
Yeah,
what I
something
mean?
light. It's
Yeah,
just the
something
name,
light.
something light.
And I was like, wait, did you
I could
say
name it like all
something
caps.
light?
I
Or-
could name it. You've heard the song, correct?
Yeah,
So I could name it like all caps. Gotta. That could be kind of cool.
I like that.
But then like I was trying to think what would be the essence of the song. Like what like maybe I can name it like my friend Jecca Soul. She named her song Separation Anxiety, and it just had to do with her song.
Mm.
It's never said in the song.
No, I don't think you have to name a song if it has a
But
feeling
Gotta
to
sounds
it.
kind of hard now that I'm thinking about it.
It does.
Sea light.
Andy Mineo.
Andy Mineo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sea light.
but he dropped that so quick, dude.
Yeah. He
As
did.
soon as he signed, he.
As fast as
think-
Infamous left.
You know what though? I think he was going with Sea Light, and then he probably asked like mentors while
Yeah.
he was signing, like, should I go in as just this, or and then
I mean, remember even Derek Minor was pro.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it was
yeah.
like PR little O or something like
Little-
that
yeah.
too.
When I was younger, I was just confused because like their names were changing, and I was like, why does this YouTube video say pro and this video says Derek Minor? But both these guys look alike.
But it's because I think with artist names, it should
R
be
Swift,
your.
I remember him.
It should, yeah. I think artist names, it should be your most authentic self.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why you went from to Emilio Sarabia.
yeah. Because I tried to think of another rap name, and I was like, because like for those who don't know, I made a weird choice. I made my rap name Infamous because I was thinking like, with the things I'm gonna say, the truth is infamous. You can't get famous talking about Jesus, so I'm gonna be infamous. And I thought that was like fire, which is kind of cool. Whatever, kind of the same concept as Villain, but that was like
You know how many people I know
exactly.
are called infamous?
And AJ told me that, and I dropped it immediately. And I was like, all right. And then when I tried to think of anything else, I was like, what else could it be? Like, I don't have a rap name. There was nothing I identify more with than just my name. And I was like, I'm just going to be Emilio.
And
Sarabia.
then now it's kind of evolved into like nicknames for you,
Yeah, like Millie. I get called Millie.
which is
Mill.
cool because it's like now you could just put those as like tags on your songs or something, but you
Yeah.
don't really have to like put your artist name as that. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, like my playlist, all the ones that are coming out are all Millie based.
That's why on there it's called Millie the Billy.
That's what started it.
Dude,
yeah.
can you do that verse right now?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Alright.
second verse, right?
Second verse.
Second verse.
So what time on the?
So
Go
click the
click
song
on it.
first. I believe
Let's-
it's going to be around 1 minute and 30 seconds. Just click that and I'll let you know.
I don't think
for
it's
that.
that far in.
Sure.
Like a minute.
Second
10.
verse? It's the second verse goes to the end of the song.
Let's see here.
I mean, you mixed it.
You got
so
volume?
You should know.
Yep. Here we go.
Got nothing.
We got nothing.
Click on the little headphone.
See, it's still the first verse.
They fearing death, I point them to scripture. They want in life, we'll get them to listen.
We gon' stand up when we tell them sit down. We gon' speak, let the whole world hear the sound.
Sound.
This is about Emilio Sarabia, the villain.
I'll do the ad libs.
We gon' speak, we gon' speak,
Yeah.
we gon' speak. No really. Millie been a Billy from the jump in the city with a semi-automatic get a pump. No really. Millie been a Billy in the city where the blizzy goes silly and the cheese get plenty. It's silly. First in my generation for a renovation of a way of thought. That's all God, not pops. What they tell me when they aim their Glocks. You can take my flesh, not life.
Wow.
Christ already paid that price.
Yikes.
What you think it mean to be saved? Kill my God. 3 days
race.
I've been saved by the grace, great faith in my life. Same fate will align, fake snakes will arrive. Save face, a mirage got first on the top. Second place is the flock, they third till they bronze break. Changing the ball, say grace at the start. Cause I crave when I talk, salivate when it's my last supper. Add butter, add something, cause he on the beat for my speech on my last supper. God told me that I should go and change the game. Not for talent, not cause skill, but because I had the faith. We gon' stand up when they tell us sit down. We gon' speak, let the whole world hear the sound. We gon' man up, they don't like my type of round. We gon' speak, we gon' stand up. We gon' speak, we gon' stand up.
Hit pause.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and mute it, because dude, there's like some weird noise. I think it's
from the
because it's
computer.
touching
Oh,
electrical.
Something. Yeah, it's an interference.
No, really.
Millie the Billy. Millie been a Billy from the jump in the city with a semi-automatic get a pump.
No, really.
Millie been a Billy in the city where the blizzy goes silly and the G's get plenty. It's silly. First in my generation for
Renovation of a way of pops.
A way of thought.
I could do the first part probably.
All right,
no,
go.
really.
No, really.
Millie been a Billy for the jump with a city with a semi-automatic get a pump.
No, really.
Millie been a Billy for the city
with
with
a
a
blizzy
go silly and the G's get plenty. It's silly. First in my generation of a renovation of a way of thought.
Way of thought.
That's not God, that's pop. That's
all God, not pops.
I can't do the like. My mind starts getting a little confused because you have similar like phrases
Yeah, I do
in
that a
there, and I'm
lot.
like, oh
I
my
think I've
god.
been him sometimes.
Yeah, I heard that song too many
I
times.
was gonna
to
say,
not
I was
know.
like, I'm surprised you don't know it because like you, I mean, you do know it, but like, yeah, you would
It's-
say you probably heard this song more than any human being on the planet, and I'm
So-
probably second place.
Yeah,
Natalie's little brother's third.
he likes that song.
He likes the original version.
Yeah, we should have kept it.
Yeah,
That's my bad.
It's all good though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's still one of my on Let's Chop It Up, the podcast I did in Houston. That's what I did. That's the verse. Remember, I think I
Yeah.
talked to you about it. I was like, which one should I do? You're like, dude, do the second verse. I was
It's a
Yeah.
gas track. That's why I
Right.
like it.
like, just come on here and spit.
Dude, he can spit, huh?
I said
To
fine.
God be the glory, bro.
Fine,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
And that's what I kind of want to
You
get
just
back
pulled
to.
a Bizzle. To God be
To God be the glory, man.
Hey, that's key though. It is.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Tell him
Yeah.
where the glory go. But that's kind of what I want to get back to coming into 2023. Like I have these fun tracks, right? Like favor, I got a favor on me. I notice when I post that on TikTok, every time I'll get at least 1,000 views, like no matter
Mhm.
what. And then like I'll have these fun tracks like I ain't manic, I'm Hispanic. But like I want to get back to like just having a few tracks of like rapping. And that's why this song with Christopher Sincere kind of leans
songs
towards
like that too, though. They're really, I think, still good for TikTok to spit like
Oh, for sure.
those fast parts.
No, I'm not
just
saying
those-
they're not marketable. I'm
Yeah.
just saying I haven't went that route in a while.
You've had like vibey, dancey tracks,
Right. And it wasn't like I meant to do that. It was more so like I got
Pepper.
these beats and the features that I was getting, they were more vibey. You know, Christopher is a spitter. And so I was like, let's go back to that. I didn't get as rappy as I did on this track, but I went back to like kind of my old ways of just
Yeah.
like writing and enjoying.
I feel like
rapping.
you've been kind of going back to like who Emilio is as an artist.
That's the goal this year. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you had an interesting conversation with Mission too.
Yeah.
So like you guys are starting to build a better relationship as just like artist to artist, huh?
Oh, for sure. Tone's been dope lately.
Yeah. He's been good to all of us, man. That's like big brother to me.
Tones Day one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's recorded some stuff for him and stuff back in the day.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's
Good day,
tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good day.
He's dope. Yeah, Mission, man, he's been super, super helpful with just stuff in the industry, man. Like people doing whack stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
He calls it out for sure. Like
Yeah.
he's like, don't do that. He's told me like, don't do that. That's why.
well,
You know what I
also
mean?
just like getting the advice, like when I'm like, yeah, maybe I just made a bad business move, and he's like, no, you didn't make a bad business move. Just now you can move smarter. And so it's like, yeah, you could take your win where the wins are, and then take your L's where they are, and
Shoot.
make them lessons. And just like, kind of the best advice he gave me was taking this particular situation that I'm talking about and turning it into fuel to the fire, adding a chip on your shoulder. I think I do best when I have something to say. I do best when I'm like having that chip on my shoulder. And so like in a way when people when like being myself and being generous and being
Mm.
caring gets me in a spot where I'm kind of being taken advantage of, in a way it kind of inspires me more and more to have a chip on my shoulder to go out and get it. Because my goal is when I'm talking about changing the game in that
You
last
work well
song,
with like, what is it called? Adversity?
right. I mean, I hope so. We'll see.
Pressure.
We'll see at the end of the day. But
Yeah.
yeah, I believe so. Like, I just feel like it helps me to know that like I'm doing it the hard way because it's the right way.
Mm.
So like if I make it in the industry, like when I said in that song when I'm talking about changing the game, that's always been on my heart. And I don't mean like I'm gonna come in and be the best rapper ever, change the game, it'll never be the same, rap has changed forever. I mean, I hope, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is like being the difference and being successful at it.
Right.
So like that's why when I'm around Zach and stuff, we'll have these conversations about life. It's not even about the music. It's just about like how is he doing in life? How's his relationship with God? Same thing with Levante. Like we build these deep, intimate relationships. And then when we go out into the world, when we go out into Christian hip hop, very ugly out there, like very gross. You go out into that world and these MCs that are getting real discouraged, that are trying to do it right and live for the Lord, look around and all they see is chaos. They get really like when you first see that, it bums you out because you think that you're all one like-minded.
That and you're trying to put your all in, and sometimes
You're putting your all in,
the
and
numbers
then, like,
aren't even going up or anything like that.
not
It's
getting
tough.
recognition. You're getting treated poorly by your peers who think they're all that when really they got like barely any fans. Like Christian hip, the most famous Christian rapper, kind of famous. So that means that every other artist that we look at as big, they're not. They're nothing in the grand scheme.
I'm a
of,
big
like,
fan
hip-hop.
of people that try and change the game within too.
Right.
Like, that go
But-
into the industry and are like,
No, I'm not talking about like
yeah, I know.
I'm
but
saying like
that's what I'm saying. I'm a fan.
I'm
of.
saying the head that these guys get on themselves of like they start to believe, they buy their own hype. Like they really believe that they're it. And I'm like, yo, in the grand scheme of like the game, like you can go into a
Nobody
Walmart,
cares.
no one cares. And yet you're sitting here with this brother in Christ who loves doing what you do and just treating them bad for no reason. Like I'm
Yeah.
not saying you have to give people anything.
They're putting themselves on that high
but
horse.
but just putting someone down. So like what I like to do is be that difference coming into the industry and like just show love. Especially I love doing that when I have leverage. Like when I have no reason to need or give to somebody, or I have no reason to give to somebody. And if anything, they're there to serve me. I want to serve that person. I want to show them love and grace because I want to be able for someone to be like, yo, I really seen Jesus and what Emilio did. Or if someone's like, man, all these Christian rappers are whack, I want them to be like, nah, God's in the industry because they know, they see the light in there. So that's my
Right.
goal. That's my goal with the hip hop thing. And Mission has been a real, back to that point, Mission has been a real, he's been real dope. And he
Been a
doesn't have,
brother, dude.
and he
Most
doesn't have to be like, I don't really know Mission that well. And
Yeah.
for him just to be implementing himself, there's not many people that do that in this industry is what I'm getting at. Like Mission is somebody that I would say is the difference. Like he's here in his community, all of you know to me, building up building up the youth and teaching them. Like if I had something like this teaching me, like tell me what Mission does exactly so I don't get it
He
wrong.
lives his name. That's what Mission does.
Literally.
He lives his name.
He teaches young kids how to make music, right?
So he works with kids to learn how to build in the business of music and how they could actually do something with it. But on the flip side, they teach audio engineering, production, mixing and mastering. They also we opened up the media side of things, so we're starting to work with like cameras and stuff.
That's crazy.
So they're working with a lot of stuff, and they've raised $30,000 and they went over that goal actually in some areas, and we're able to build this studio here
That we're in
with
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that we're in right now, which we are in the All You Know to Me studios. I should say that every podcast. Make sure I say that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Salute.
Which
Salute.
Mission's whole mission is to be all of God and none of him. And so
Mm.
that is key
Glory.
to everything that he has done has been, even not even just saying all of God and none of him, but all of you and none of him or none of me.
That's
you know
what I
what I
thought
mean?
was really dope when he explained that to me. Like he was
Yeah.
explaining like with his
How the team works.
how the team works. Like say when you would think that because Mission's the biggest artist on All of You Know to Me that it would be like the Mission show, right? But like Mission will be say if he's doing a video, it's all of Mission, none of anybody else. Then if Johnny's doing a video, then it's all of Johnny, none of Mission, and Mission's right there working.
We
as
were
well.
out in the freezing cold for Johnny, so
That's
we
fire.
100%. We're
And
all of
that's what I'm
Johnny and none
talking
of
about, though.
us.
That's what I'm talking about. Is like that kind of brother in Christ, and like how he's treated me, and how he.
I mean, this is Johnny's camera right here, and this is your
it's
camera.
literally the whole
like,
team. Yeah.
yeah, it's like literally everybody's taking care of everybody in the
Right.
team, and that's what's been most special about.
That's how you
being in
change the
this.
game is by being that. And so like Mission, that's what I've seen. Like if I would have had something like this, like you never know the kid that comes in these doors, learns how to mix and becomes an amazing artist, and then maybe leaves behind that street life that they had beforehand. You know, maybe this is an outlet to get off the streets. And it definitely is, for sure. Like being able to come into a safe place and also be around men of
This is
God.
the area. I'm not gonna say where we're at, but the area we're into is like, I mean, you know this area.
Yeah.
It's hardcore,
Yeah,
bro.
That's what I say, man. That's me. That's me all day. Because even when I got first involved into CHH, it was a tour that we did, but it was called Behind the Walls Tour, and that's what put me in it. And I actually got to see. We talked about him earlier. Who did I? Oh man. Come on.
Artist,
Yeah,
Andy
artist.
Mineo, R. Swift,
Bizzle.
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 Bizzle. I met Bizzle when he was like small.
Yeah,
crazy.
he just came from Compton or whatever.
He was barely doing the freestyles with coming at Jay-Z.
Yep.
when I
yep,
got
that's
saved-
when I met him.
When I got saved, that was the first song I heard from Christian hip
Oh,
hop.
when I first he did that remix to the
It was Ether. Ether.
no
Yeah, Ether.
no
Like
Easy
He had a
E.
mixtape.
he had
a
an
mixtape.
Easy E remix.
Yeah.
Hey, walk down Wimbledon, walk down
Oh, okay.
Wilmington. Ain't nobody notice me. No,
I thought you were
no.
talking to the.
No, he was doing
yeah.
the Easy E track. I forget what it's called. That track.
It's been years. For
But
me.
the Easy E track itself, like the what's the Easy E's #1 track?
Oh, cruising down the street in my
Cruising
six
down,
foot-
yeah, but he started out. I walked down Wimbledon.
Okay.
Ain't nobody noticed me. I walked into the Baptist church just when God first spoke to me. Or he said
I think
something
I've
like
heard
that.
that song before.
That
yeah.
song's so dope.
Yeah, I've heard that song.
Yeah,
I remember the Messenger projects from Bizzle were just my childhood.
yeah.
like, straight up.
It literally was just something we have never heard. Like speaking real, authentic, like hood life into like.
Does not care. Like straight true. That's like why I came up with that mindset of like, oh, I'm gonna be infamous. I'm gonna be a villain. That's where it comes from. Is like, I mean, it comes from Jesus. Don't get me wrong, but like seeing the zealousness in Bizzle to be like, nah, feet in the sand on something that you know is right. I was like, that's how I want to be, because I got sick of seeing people, and this is before people were even really doing it now, because I thought it was a problem back then, but now it's a problem where people are walking on eggshells. We're scared to be our full authentic selves, and yet the motto is live your truth.
Mm,
It's like, I ain't trying to live for your truth. I'm trying to live for the truth. You feel
yeah.
me? And the motto is live your truth, but everybody has to live a certain truth. And
Which
you know
is
what that
honestly
truth is that
what
they're
I-
pushing.
That's what I have an issue with a lot of the woke stuff is because they're trying to push their ideology onto
Right.
you.
Yeah.
Because it's like, come on, bro. Like, I don't like, despite what I believe in, whatever you believe in, I don't need to be believing in what you're believing in. You know what I mean?
It's so manipulative how it's twisted to like live your truth, but yet you know what truth they want you to live. And like, and
Yeah.
if you don't live that truth, then you're gonna be like canceled, basically.
Yeah, and not only that, it's also like what I have an issue with because now I have kids is like where they start pushing it on the kids and stuff. And it's like, dude, that
Right.
kids don't
As
have
a parent, that's gotta
anything.
drive you crazy.
They don't have anything to do with any of that. They're learning how to
I
draw
know,
and
huh?
stuff. Like
their world is like squares.
who cares about
circles,
any of
colors,
that? Yeah.
Trampolines.
But the elasticity in their brain is growing at such a fast rate when they're smaller.
Right.
Yeah.
So you put that in them
Super
at the
impressionable.
young age, they're just gonna mold to whatever you want them to mold to.
I was talking with my mom yesterday about like Hollywood movies, and I was like, you ever notice like every time you see a teenage girl, she's like upset, she's depressed, she's like angsty.
I'm just kidding.
What'd you say? You
I
said-
said they are upset. No, I'm just kidding.
But no, but I was like, yo, why are all the teenagers that they display on TV just so depressed? And then I look back at like our kids now, and I'm like looking at these youth group kids, and they're just like talking about like they'll follow me because I make music, right? I'll do a show and they'll follow me. So every now and then I'll see a post, and they'll be like, oh, I'm so depressed, I'm so this, I'm so that, and I'm like, yo, it just sounds like you're making up stuff. Like it's become great to be a victim. It's become like a glorified to like say you have a hard life. Which, don't get me wrong, there are kids that go through things, right? Like
Yeah.
we know for a fact there are kids that go through hard times, but there's also like something about like wanting to fit in by having troubles.
Yeah, fitting in by being a victim.
Yeah. Like almost you have to be, oh, I've gone through worse, or I've gone through just as much. And it's like, it's cool to just be a kid, you know? Like just,
Yeah.
I mean, for some kids,
I think the
some
biggest-
kids can't escape it.
I think
right,
the
but
biggest issue with kids nowadays is like social media.
I can't even imagine how that's
The-
affecting
I've-
everybody nowadays
well,
as kids.
There's a whole documentary which I watched bits and pieces on it, but the algorithms literally
Oh, is that on Netflix?
because they put everything towards like targeting younger girls and stuff.
Mm.
That it's like it's because they see like beautiful women or whatever that show up on their feed and all. That makes them depressed as heck because they're trying to be that, or they're not matured
sense.
yet, or they haven't gone through certain developments, so they want to be that. But then these things that are getting put right in front of them are just a big brick wall for their like anxiety level, and it's just saying, hey, this is what you need to be,
Yeah.
and you can't get there.
Yeah.
And now they're depressed. And what bothers me is when, and I love like therapy stuff and all that. Like, I think it's very important. What bothers me is grown men that work talking about how depressed they are,
Yeah.
because it's like, at the end of the day, you need to be a man
Yeah.
and you should grow up.
Yeah.
And you could be depressed, but running to social media and talking about it and being like, this is my anxiety.
Yeah,
I'm like,
bro.
look at the pictures.
Oh my god.
Can you pull up something for me? Can you
Oh, boy.
Google
Here we go.
old photos of skyscraper workers?
Oh
like
my gosh. Oh, that's crazy. I know exactly what you're about to show me.
Old photos.
I feel like they should have lost
you
way
don't have
more
to
people.
you don't have to turn on the audio for this.
Okay.
Of skyscraper workers. Yeah,
right
dude.
there. Skyscraper constructions. Look at
That
this. Nothing. No equipment.
click on the picture at the go down one. Those
Yeah.
are like things you could buy.
Down to the left.
To the left, the first one.
So
So the
one up.
when you're
one?
moving the cursor, it's just with one finger. When you're wanting to slide, just click on one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
them.
And then you could like with your phone, like go like this to make it bigger. And then,
So like go to a real photo.
yeah.
Like go to the C30 photos of
Oh, yeah, that's not a real photo.
Yeah.
No, that might be a real photo.
Is it?
Yeah, that might be real, dude.
Something like that.
Look at this guy.
Look at this guy.
So,
That's
hey,
a
put it on
man.
the screen.
Okay.
That's
The
a man.
number, yeah. Look at this guy right here. You think he's depressed? This guy's living his life, bro. Click
Oh
on
my
the one
gosh.
above it where it says
When they're
like,
eating lunch.
yeah, or like the little collage. Yeah, click on that, bro. Look how young these guys are too. They didn't
Wow.
have social media. They had a network, a community of people. They were hard workers, and none of them are complaining.
Yeah.
I'm sure a few of them seen their homies fall to their death from up there
Oh,
too.
for sure.
And that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, these are grown men right here. And
Yeah.
I feel like we're lacking that in our culture, like grown men.
It's sad. I mean, I heard about like Joe Rogan talking about how hard times make like strong men, and then like good times make soft men or something like that.
Yeah, good times make soft men. Soft men make hard times.
Times.
Yeah, there we go. Like the cycle.
Yeah.
We're definitely in the soft men era.
So let's say that again. So it's hard times make hard men. Hard men make good times.
Good times.
Good times make soft men. Soft men make hard times.
There you go.
That's it.
1 second.
Oh, you're good. We're about to wrap it up right now. Yeah, that's what I was like. It's good. Yeah, man. We could do one more thing.
Let me see what I got here real quick. Following up off of last. So if you guys don't know, we started a TikTok. Follow us on TikTok.
Yes.
We got 50,000 views on one of our videos first week.
Yeah. I stripped naked on that picture.
does,
Go,
he
I'm
does.
just kidding.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I want to go over just two things. So, a couple things. So the first thing is we started a new TikTok. What was the first thing that you noticed about your news feed because we share the account, whenever you go through,
Oh,
because there's no
the f-
algorithm to it yet.
their
it's
first
just
time opening the
default,
app.
how the app comes as a
It's
default.
this girl dancing, and it's like,
It was bad. And then you told me,
dude,
you're like,
what
bro,
the heck
you're
was
like, bro,
that?
You were like, bro, the first time I opened the app, it was a girl, and I was like, oh really? I thought you were joking. And then you gave me the password so I can upload some videos, and I just hit play, and I was like, oh, scroll up. I'm like, oh, scroll up, OnlyFans. No, scroll up. And
I'm
then-
like, dude. So
you know what I did? I had to go in there and like physically like follow Mission, followed me. I followed some Christian rappers, and then I just had a like.
see, I
and
didn't
kept
follow anybody
scrolling up.
yet because I didn't want to like create it and it be like,
No, I know, but I just figured it was better to have some Christian content on there than like have these thoughts pop
Yeah.
up every 5 seconds. I was like,
well,
yo.
now my feed is all you.
No, it's because you're on Friends. It's because you're on Friends.
Oh, I don't even know.
Because I was
So,
wondering why that was doing that.
I don't
too.
know TikTok that well, so like I get on there and it's like just a video immediately. I
yeah,
go to
they're like all.
I
me
go to
because
check
we're
out
friends.
our comments and stuff. which I will be responding to you guys soon. Just letting you know. I
Yes,
just
sir.
been a little busy this week, but
I mean, you've been on there pretty good amount too. Still,
I've been on there. I mean, I've been responding, but I want to make some videos responding. You know,
yeah, big time. And then
big time.
Big time.
last time you guys talked to me, last time, big
Do you know what that's
time.
from?
No. What
Oh,
is that from?
it's I Love You Man, where he's like trying to do an accent of a Jamaican, like it's like big time, you know, it should be like a Jamaican accent,
Yeah.
but every time he says something, it's like big time. It's like it always sounds like every accent he does sounds like an
time.
Irish guy or
Oh
something.
my gosh.
He's like big time, laddie.
Oh man. So last time we spoke, I said the Raiders were cursed. Right?
Which
Are you a Raider fan?
I'm a Raider.
I know
we
he
be
is.
depressed
No, no, no,
together
no.
for a little bit?
No, no,
Let's
no,
talk
no.
about this.
your dog's name used to be Raider.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Derek Carr?
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan of Derek Carr.
As a man, right?
Okay.
As a man.
He hates him as a quarterback. Derek Carr. He doesn't like you. He's glad you're gone.
As a quarterback, okay, well, the defense is ranked worst.
Always
defense,
has been the
always
worst.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you go past that, I mean, if he had a little help on the defense, maybe it would be better.
Mm.
But at the same time, you gotta 9 years. You gotta
Oh,
do something. in
That's
9
true.
years.
That's true. I can't get past that point.
There
Every
needs
time
to be
I
a
try defend him.
restructure, right?
But that's the thing. Has he ever had structure? So if you look at like this year, every time he like gets used to a coach, they're gone.
He's gone. Yeah.
And so
Which we should specify. We're just talking football, not like personal.
oh, not
lives.
personal. No, like Derek Carr is my favorite quarterback of all time. He's a believer. He's a man of God. He always preached around here all the time and stuff. I love Derek Carr. I actually love him as the quarterback for the Raiders next season if I could choose, but I can't. But also, you can't really like justify 9 years.
Well,
you
we
know?
could choose. How
At-
big will this TikTok be? No, I'm just kidding.
at some point, you gotta win.
But at the same time, Gruden.
I feel like he didn't have a fair
believe
shot
Gruden
this
was
year.
His best shot with
Yeah.
Henry Ruggs. Gruden. They were
Yeah.
winning.
Yeah.
But then look what happened.
Pew!
Yep.
Yeah, the worst case scenario. That being said, we have a new quarterback. I hope it's not Tom Brady. Right?
Right.
Okay, good. We hope it's not Tom Brady. The Raiders are cursed though.
I love Tom Brady.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Well, no, as a Raider fan,
I'm just joking.
As a Raider fan, there's this thing called the Tuck rule where like the Raiders are in the playoffs versus the Patriots before Tom Brady was Tom Brady. And this is what started Tom Brady's career. And basically we sack Tom Brady and he fumbles, but because he makes this like little move, they came up with this rule where like they say it's a tuck rule, but really it's a fumble. To keep it short, it was a fumble.
Oh, it's a fumble.
Tom Brady later
Brady
admits it's a
admitted- he
fumble,
admitted it.
but his whole career started and he won a Super Bowl that year from that game. So anyways, that's depressing. That's why we don't
So
want
he
Tom Brady.
admits it, even though it can't go be
Nothing can be
gone-
done about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it can't go back and
nothing
change
can be
it.
done about
The
it.
Raiders also sued the NFL.
Yeah,
So that gotta keep
Did they?
that in mind.
Did they win?
Oh, for sure. They won.
I didn't know they actually sued the
Yeah,
NFL.
They sued the NFL. They won. And then if you look, anytime we start to get success, anytime.
That's why we've been getting all those calls. I've always wondered why they don't like
you
us.
do the research. Yeah.
Wow.
Do you? Is it
So
a
maybe-
conspiracy to
Maybe
think?
we're cursed
Wait,
and Roger Goodell has it
is
out
it a
for us.
conspiracy? Yeah, to think like the NFL has it out for the Raiders.
No, a lot of people believe that because it's kind of really evident when you watch. the
because
game.
there's a lot of things that the NFL could help the Raiders out with, especially like fan base and stuff.
right.
But if they had some type of issue in the past, and
Oh no, for sure. Like
Oh,
we're talking
man,
about
I never knew that.
all the way back when Al Davis was the coach, like or was the owner of the AFL. Like there's some beef there from the jump.
Despite Raider fans being Raider fans, so now it could be what's above the Raiders.
Are
could
we
be
like one of
affecting
the? Are we one of the most hated like fan bases too?
I say so, but then again,
Cowboys.
You're the
suck.
no.
last year we sold the most tickets. We generated the most money.
But
right?
then
Yeah.
this year,
Revenue.
the Chiefs had a home game in Las Vegas.
You guys
That's
are the.
never happened in my
That's
life.
terrible.
Let me say
Yeah.
this: you guys are the most talked about fan base. People know what Raider fans are. Most
Yeah.
of them are thuggish.
Yeah. Orale.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which I love and respect, you guys.
which I love and respect you guys.
Go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So there's one last thing before we move on from this. Derek Carr, I love you. I'll miss you forever.
Salute.
God bless you, sir.
Salute, sir.
Let's go ahead and open up this link. Last time we were talking, I want to make sure we
It
get
might
this
be
in.
open. I think it's the third link. Yeah.
So as you know, we had the theatre debacle.
Oh my God.
You say, how do you say it? I say theater. How do you say it?
It's a heater.
That's literally how you say it. You say theater. He says theater. So we looked up 50 words people say differently. And I want to see how me and you vary because now I'm wondering if you're like from England or
Oh
something.
my God, I hate you so much for
I'm
bringing this up.
so stressed out about it when I was editing that video.
Oh.
Okay, first one. This one's an obvious layup. Tomato.
Tomato.
Tomato. There's no way you actually say
Nah,
that.
just kidding.
Okay,
Tomato.
cool. You know where softballs. Horror.
Horse. Horror.
All right. Data.
Data.
Data, right? Okay. I was about to say data.
I say data.
Do you?
I say data. Yeah.
Well, it depends. Like, okay, my phone has data.
Data. Yeah.
I don't say that. Data.
My PlayStation has data.
Data. So data is just information that can be stored. So I say data because
Right.
of coming from like computer.
But if I'm thinking of like internet, I'll say data.
I don't say that. Data. I don't have data right now.
Okay, that's true. Maybe I do too. What about, we've already done the pecan thing on the last episode. Apricot.
Apricot made from real apes.
Apricot.
What's the difference?
That's a Steve Carell joke from the
So you say apricot, right?
apricot.
Me too. I don't say apricot. That'd be crazy.
Heck no.
Okay, leisure.
Leisure.
Okay. Handkerchief.
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 Whoa.
What's the
Hand-
other way?
Kerchief?
Handkerchief.
I didn't realize how it's spelled.
Oh, chief.
Chief. Yeah.
Oh, is it chief?
Chief.
We're wrong.
Chief Keef.
Is it handkerchief? Are we wrong?
We might be.
Do you want me to say the next one?
Sure.
To see if adult.
Oh,
Come
bro,
on,
it's
come on,
adult.
Adult.
It's adult.
You need to be an adult right now. That's how I
Bro,
say it.
You walk around like, I'm an adult at the theatre. Like, what's your problem, bro?
What
is this?
Boston. He's from Boston.
Do you really say
Adult.
adult? Why?
Well, it depends. If I say like I'm adulting right now or something like that,
Right.
that's different. If I
So
say
why does it change?
it's just like it's like almost like plural to pluralized.
Dang.
Wait,
I
is that
disagree.
right? Plural.
Plural to pluralize. Pluralize.
Is it singular
Hey,
to
I
plural?
appreciate you shouting out mental illness, bro. Thank you.
Shout out to mental
Shout out
illness.
mental
Shout
illness.
out mental illness. Yeah.
All right, this one will be fun. Realtor.
Realtor.
Okay, it's kind of close. All right, go ahead. You read them to us. I'll let you go.
Often.
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 Often. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. R.
Hour.
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 You say
Oh, you
R?
say
You say
R?
R? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. He's a pirate.
He texts me and says, "Are you okay?"
AHR. Oh my gosh.
Either.
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 Theater.
Adult.
Either it's adult. How do you say
Adult.
adult? Either. I might have said either, but I really always say either. I'm pretty sure.
Beagle.
Bagel.
Bagel. We got 3 different answers.
Well,
on that
I usually go get a bagel from Target. So
one. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Because you're willingly, you're
Target.
purposefully being,
oh man, I had a heck of funny meme one time, and I don't know what I did with it, but it's like,
There's no way. Number 15. There's no way that you read that the way that I think you're.
hold on. Come on, get some Mexican. No. So I saw a meme one time. It was like the way Mexicans pronounce things, and I know too much of my family that Qualmar, Qualmart,
Walmart?
Walmart.
Walmart?
Qualmar, you going to Qualmar? Okay,
Yo, that took me for a loop.
bin.
Bin. No beans?
Ben.
I think we got a few beans here, no?
No beans.
You know where I been?
My auntie.
That'd be like few. Few would say that. You know where I been? Auntie.
Auntie.
But no, you had to just say though, like
Aunt.
Yeah.
Aunt.
I call my aunt.
Aunt.
aunt. It's aunt.
It's aunt.
I don't know.
I have one tia.
Is it aunt or
Yeah,
aunt? Yeah, I
I'd
say tia. Yeah.
tia.
I technically say tia.
Yeah.
But is it aunt or aunt?
I say aunt.
Aunt.
But there's a U there.
But I say auntie when I'm feeling
Auntie.
hood.
That's my
I say
aunt.
hood.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't
when
say
I'm-
aunt.
Auntie.
When I'm in the
I don't say
hood, I
aunt.
say auntie.
Yeah, honestly, it's ghetto to say aunt. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Okay, I say this like as if I'm holding water. Pitcher.
Picture.
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 Pitcher.
Picture.
I say like send me that
But,
picture.
but you know you're wrong.
But it-
Unlike the
I
theater
know
debacle.
I know it needs to be picture,
Mhm.
but from my speech over the years, I will say like it rolls
Wow,
off
dude,
as
just-
pitcher.
Thank you. Thank you for keep shouting out mental illness, bro. I appreciate you.
I rubbed
You
his
just
face.
trying to hold my hand. Ooh, 19's a good one. We already talked about 18 technically.
Oh, you're
What
gonna,
are you? Are you a tour or tour man?
You're gonna hate.
Tour.
tour. Thank
Tour,
you.
yeah.
Sweet.
You're gonna hate me on this one.
All right. So 19. Caramel.
Caramel.
Caramel. I could be wrong here though. This is one that I've always like.
Caramel. I say caramel.
You know what?
You say caramel?
When I order coffee, it's Caramel.
I say caramel mocha. Yeah.
So can I
like
tell you something?
caramel
I used
frappe.
to say caramel until I kept spelling it wrong in my phone as C.
I mean,
I did not put it. I did not put it as CARMEL, and then my phone kept on correcting me, and I was like, "Is it caramel?" And so I started saying caramel.
Yeah, I can't.
based off of how it's written.
That's true. I've had a similar experience. Like I can't front like that. You know, that doesn't read caramel.
Why does BRB change to BBC in your phone? That's what I'm curious.
It
of.
does on yours too.
No, yours.
No, remember? You were like,
Yours.
I'm the one who brought it up. I was like, why does my phone do this? And I was like, this is gonna be so awkward because I said it to you by accident.
Yeah.
And then you were laughing about it. And then later on, you did the same
I did.
thing.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
And then I've gotten a new phone set.
It's the British
It still does
Broadcasting
it.
Channel. I
That's
promise.
That's what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That has to be why it's in my phone.
Celtic.
Okay, so Celtic.
Celtic.
Yeah.
Celtic, yeah.
Sweet.
All right, so go down.
Ooh, it's
Her up.
syrup.
Syrup.
Her up.
Syrup.
You ever watch the Andy
Syrup.
Milonakis show?
Yeah.
So like Andy Milonakis, he had a bit where it was like, "Can you pass the her up?" Like it's like the quick way to pass it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. That feels pretty similar. How'd you say it?
New Orleans.
Oh my gosh.
No, I say it New Orleans.
Ew. New Orleans?
New Orleans.
I feel like you got to be there though to actually know
Say
how to
New
read
Orleans.
that.
Almond.
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 Okay.
Okay. Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
Wrestler's ears.
My ears, though.
Oregon.
Oregon.
Organ.
Coupon.
Like an organ, like in your body? Or Oregon?
I know I say it wrong.
Okay, cool. At least you're learning. You're growing. You know, like that theater debacle was
So,
crazy.
At my old job, I used to say
Oh.
this a very specific way as a joke because somebody used to say it that way.
That is
Coupon.
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 Yeah, because
People actually, wait, why is that even up there? Because who actually says that without joking?
So I would be joking with it, but now I say it like that. You got a coupon for that?
Natalie
So,
does that.
And then I also would say like you put croutons on your salad.
Camera 2. Off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Emilio's?
Yep.
All good.
Just happened like a second ago.
Hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya? So how are you doing, bro?
I'm chill.
You chill?
I'm chill. I'm learning as I go. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah. How's it been over
It's
there?
not too bad. I have one palm sweaty and the other one's cool. So
Oh,
that's
nice.
good. Yeah.
Did
So-
you say, "Hey, how are you"? Hey,
Yeah,
how? You're about to
I
get
did.
us canceled by natives.
You actually get canceled for that?
No, I don't know.
I was just quoting a movie.
Oh yeah, that's Scary Movie 3.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
goes into my Native American friends over there. Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Dude, how did I know that movie?
I don't know, bro. I just quote movies that I forget are like from deeply seated in my childhood. All right, so I think we're good on these. I just wanted to go through a few of them.
Number 27, Moana. No, just kidding.
Oh,
right.
Moab.
Wow.
Guava?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
All right. So, how should we wrap up the pod?
Because it's the two. Yeah. The two.
Let's wrap it up by cut. No,
You know what, Emilio?
what?
I got something to tell you. That's
Perfect.
very
Let's go.
important.
Oh, you know what? I never explained that other story either that we were supposed to talk about. Or
we'll save it for
Clive
next time because we gotta
Okay.
get. I gotta get Mission in here for his podcast soon.
Say less. What's up?
But I do want to tell you something very important,
Okay.
and it's disgusting how I know this.
Okay.
You
Oh, that's jacked up.